Drew Peterson's new defense team says their client is not guilty, and the half-dozen attorneys on the team are mapping out their strategy to prove that. In less than a month, Drew Peterson goes on trial for the murder of his third wife, Kathleen Savio. Craig Wall gives us an inside look now at the defense strategy in one of America's highest-profile murder cases.
But that's not the good reason for the jury.
Drew Peterson's new defense team gathered for a strategy session as they gear up for his trial. Confidence is one thing they do not appear to be lacking.
We have got a great team. I added up the number of jury trials we have between the members and the team, and we have over 500 juries.
Before the meeting started, Drew Peterson actually called from jail to touch base with his attorneys, but because of a judge's order, we were not allowed to talk to him. Earlier this year, a hearing on what hearsay evidence would be allowed at trial gave Peterson's defense team a good look at the prosecution's evidence. Their strategy for defending Peterson remains the same.
This was an investigation done by very competent Illinois State police officers. They made a conclusion that it was an accident. It was an accident in 2004, and it's an accident in 2010.
Kathleen Savio was found dead in a dry bathtub, but her body was exhumed, and a second autopsy ruled her death was not an accident, but murder. Peterson was charged with her death a year ago. These lawyers know jurors may come in with preconceived notions that Peterson is guilty.
But even the jury with preconceived notions is going to want to hear some evidence. And when they hear none, that they are going to be convinced that the only possible verdict is not guilty.
I asked Joel Brodsky if he's talked to Peterson about a possible guilty verdict.
We have not even discussed that.
The way things are shaping up, Joe Lopez says only one thing could make their situation better.
Dismiss the case.
Jury selection begins June 14th. Is expected to last several days. The trial itself is expected to only take about 2 weeks, which would be about half as long as the hearsay evidence hearing lasted back earlier this year. Jeff?
We recall that, Craig, because hearsay in this case, the linchpin of it. I mean, any idea when the judge might come back and rule whether or not it's going to be admitted at this trial?
Yeah, no idea at this point. I did touch base with prosecutors, and they said still no word. Of course, when that hearing, or when that does come back, it's supposed to be under seal, but if it leaves out a whole bunch of evidence that prosecutors feel like they need, then they can appeal, and that would open up and tell us what the judge has ruled on the hearsay evidence. But if that happens, that could delay the trial.
Craig Wall, two significant trials over the summer. Drew Peterson and also Rob Blagojevich. Thank you much. Fox Chicago News is your source for exclusive details of the Drew Peterson trial, to get live Twitter updates from inside the court, and also to check out our coverage of the case. You can go to myfoxchicago.com and then /Drew.